Hello, this is me, Harlan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I also be able to hit that notification bell so you're tuned into my mini series on the Chuck E. Cheese. Hello guys, today we are back with another Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy. You already know in the last video, there is a lot still going around about Chuck E. Cheese, about the 5 kids going missing.
A rumor is going around that started on Twitter a few days ago that 5 children are missing from Chuck E. Cheese.
In my last videos, I found articles that said it wasn't true. And then I looked at a lot of comments that a lot of
people, such as Lizzie Noel, are finding these really weird Chuck E. Cheese conspiracies, such as like Shane Dawson. A lot of people are putting weird stories on TikTok or Reddit or all of that. And there's one more rumor that I'm curious about. Does Chuck E. Cheese actually cycle their pizza? Today we're gonna find out. There's this really crazy rumor that if a Chuck E. Cheese customer doesn't finish their whole tray of pizza, they will give it to another customer and make a totally brand new slice of pizza to serve it to the next customer. That is disgusting. Can't you imagine just waking up all of a sudden, you go to Chuck E. Cheese for a slice of pizza and you see this on your table? That is terrifying. And I'm sorry guys, I'm talking like this. I have a really bad cold I woke up with. And this first rumor was actually posted by Sean Dawson, who went to Chuck E. Cheese and tried their pizza. Later, Lizzie Noel did it, and a lot of people have been just going to Chuck E. Cheese at random time, posting scary videos. Me personally, I can never just go to Chuck E. Cheese. That's my personal opinion. I don't like Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe because I'm like almost old. It's your opinion. So, as you know, Chuck E. Cheese grown-ups do not know how to control their anger, and a lot of fights break out and all of that. This is on abcnews.com. I found this story on, I think, Reddit. So basically, it was time for cake time at Chuck E. Cheese. The kids were all around at cake time, just excited like, hey Mom, cut my slice of pizza. But all of a sudden, bam, 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 some grown-ups get into a fist fight at Chuck E. Cheese. It was cake time when some people randomly get in. It is cake time when some couple adults get into like fist fight. And did you guys know that Chuck E. Cheese promotes underage kid gambling? Yes, this is what I heard on the internet, and it's terrifying. Look at this. Did you know Chuck E. Cheese is really old? Yeah, old. Look at that cigarette. Did you know Chuck E. Cheese wasn't originally called Chuck E. Cheese at the time? Back then, it was going with Showbiz Pizza. The animatronics were creepy. This is what he looked like in 1975. 9. He looked like he had a cigarette, which is not family friendly. This is what he looked like in 1989. And this is what he looked like in 1993. He looks a slight better, but still a tad horrifying. And this is what they got him all repaired. And he used to wear a Chuck E. Cheese hat with some green pants, but overall, all these Chuck E. Cheese are horrifying. All 3 of these, but that one looks pretty normal. And like these animatronics have air pumps that actually go through them, so when their eyes are closed, air just fills out with them. that's how a lot of people claim that they actually saw these animatronics moving overnight. And thank you so much, Lizzie Noel, on sponsoring this video, so don't judge me. But she actually brought up the gambling thing, and I kind of like remembered that. They started to take away all the animatronics because kids were getting scared of them, and they didn't really like the animatronics like that, which is very sad, but all things in life have to be taken away from us. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna miss Chuck E. Cheese. Psych. Not only that, but like some prizes, you know, at like Chuck E. Cheese are very adult-like and not for kids. Like, you know, those very colorful games at Chuck E. Cheese. There's a rumor that those games are trying to teach young kids to do gambling. That is a horrible influence on children. And like Chuck E. Cheese has like these little ride thingies. I remember when I grew up there was like these little things that like spits out waters. You would like, I think, like have to spray it on something. Unfortunately, some kids ended up putting their mouth on it and drinking the water. They had to go to the hospital. It was not good. And these are actual things that have to be consumed with chemicals. So who knows? They could have died. And another creepy fact is that the ball pits are hardly cleaned. That's how much they just hate the ball pits. That's like the thing I was concerned about. Going into the ball pit, you never really knew what kind of gross sweets were hiding in for you. That's the gross part. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. You found like dirty diapers, kids, socks, pee, sometimes even doo-doo from a child. That is disgusting. That's why if I ever worked at Chuck E. Cheese, it's a no for me. I'm not gonna be cleaning up child doo-doo. That is disgusting. And all that. And the Chuck E. Cheese costumes are very uncomfortable. They are so hot. You're like stuck in this foam. And you have to do a little creepy dance to impress the children. Children are around harassing you, trying to beat you up. You gotta rain tickets on them. You have to do embarrassing dance moves. Parents getting possibly mad and slapping the heck out of you, and all of that.
I find this one to be a concern, but some people do, so all due respect if you do. Some people think that arcades could be an influence on children to start gambling. So basically, Chuck E. Cheese always used to have that kind of like token concept, where kids would get tokens, they could play games like Plinko, you know, and some games even look like they did represent gambling to an extent. And people believe that the arcades that were based for children were going to eventually lead those children to gamble further on in life because it would start that addiction young. Basically, I mean, in a sense, you are trying to like pay money.
And all of that, you know, Chuck E. Cheese has prizes. There's like Helen Henny plushes, Chuck E. Cheese, and you have to win tickets to like win prizes. So I can technically see where they're trying to, you know, brainwash little kids into gambling, which is horrible. Don't do gambling, kids. Yeah, like I said, the costumes are disgusting. And like some Chuck E. Cheese employees hate being the rat. Sometimes they show in for late work. They don't want to do it. They're told by their boss, if you don't get out there, you're going to be fired. And let me just tell you, there's this really creepy story about a woman who put on the costume, or a man, and it became permanent. Oh my god. So basically, I don't know, but a woman or a man put this Chuck E. Cheese vintage costume on, and he or she could not take it off. It was permanent, permanent, all of that. He tried to rip it off, it just wouldn't budge. It was like as the costume was haunted, he couldn't see. All he can see staring back at him was those rat beady eyes. So he eventually took it off him, and the Chuck E. Cheese costumes are really dirty and disgusting. They hardly get clean, kind of like the balls with pit balls, which is disgusting, and you gotta do a lot of work to become the rat. So yeah. There's this rumor that when no one is looking, Chuck E. Cheese moves all by himself. Oh my god. How long has they been keeping this a secret? The animatronics scare me a little bit because they're old. It's creepy. The old commercial, there's this weird thing that says, I bet you weren't surprised to see me. And Chuck E. Cheese said, that's because it's not your party, nitwit. And I don't know if that's a very nice thing to be saying or teaching the children. So, and there's this weird commercial that says, I know how to make Chuck E. Cheese's better than ever. Thank you. Which is horrifying. People are making weird memes about Chuck E. Cheese. 5 kids went missing. It's kind of a meme at this point, but 5 kids didn't actually go missing. It was all a conspiracy.
Listen! Get out here before they break into it!
And like Chuck E. Cheese, there's a rumor about Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy and becoming this Five Nights at Freddy's. Would you go to it? I'm not sure. And what if you became the rat? Would you even show up to the Chuck E. Cheese party? Let me know, because it's terrifying. And yeah, it's creepy. And Chuck E. Cheese always used to creep me out. I hate going there. And the animatronics start blinking, malfunctioning. Pasquale just starts freaking out. And yeah. And what's creepy is how the animatronics have really changed. Like, from going to looking like this, to going to looking like this, to this. Okay, you can't tell me that's a little bit concerning. But I hope y'all have an amazing time. And I'll see you in my next video. Have an amazing rest of your day. And we'll see you in the next video. Oh, bye.